This meeting is being recorded.
When looking around your environment, have you ever looked at those closest to you through the lens of leadership? Admittedly, I have not, and feel that I missed a key opportunity to further my own development as a leader. Throughout our lives, we come across key influencers that impact our outlook on life. Whether this is a coach, a mentor, a formal or informal leader, these key influencers shape and mold who we are today. My name is Fred Ronquillo, and this interview resulted in a journey that I was not expecting. One that I recommend others to follow, as the discovery that I gained through my findings changed my perspective on this person. For background, the person I chose to interview is someone that I've known for 30 years and has been by my side on a daily basis for the past 29 years. She has seen me grow and mature, defining my own leadership style. She has given me ample opportunity to lead, placing my own leadership decisions in front of her own. She has been my coach, my confidant, and my partner. While some may feel that this is a softball approach to this assignment, I chose to interview my wife, Adriana. When I first broached this idea, my theory was that as head secretary at the local elementary school, was that her leadership style was that of a chameleon, a laissez-faire approach with professional staff and upper leadership, a democratic approach with the clerical staff and her own direct reports, and an authoritarian approach with the students. As I was planning my questions, I already knew that she applies a sensible, practical approach towards daily activities. But outside the home, I didn't know whether she saw herself as a leader. And I realized I didn't have much insight into who were her key leadership influences. But I had a feeling that her own humility would constrain her view. Although Johnson and Hackman define authoritarian leaders as having strict control over their followers by directly regulating policy, procedures, and behavior, my findings didn't support that view. Digging deeper into her responses, it doesn't seem that she takes the democratic leadership approach either, one that Johnson and Hackman define as encouraging follower involvement in participation with the determination of goals and procedures. Instead, my findings support an approach for authentic leadership. According to Johnson and Hackman, practicing authentic leadership leads to sustainable and ethically sound organizational performance. They further talk about authentic leadership as having 4 components: self-awareness, balanced processing, an internalized moral perspective, and relational transparency. The first component, self-awareness, is understanding our strengths and weaknesses, our own personal characteristics, and a sense of our own emotions. As Adriana, having taken on a new role recently, she's aware of the gaps in her own performance, and through addressing these gaps, she has developed a system that is repeatable across her staff, implementing a 3C approach, which is communication, collaboration, and checklists. The second component of authentic leadership is balanced processing, which describes maintaining objectivity when receiving any type of information. As Adriana is the public face of the school, she's on the front lines, handling irate parents, multiple student personalities, egos of district administration, and a multitude of stakeholders who have motives that may not align to the mission of the school, such as budget, scheduling, vendors, campus projects. The third component is an internalized moral perspective, which Johnson and Hackman refer to as regulating one's behavior according to our own internal standards and values, not succumbing to outside pressures. In this case, Adriana acts in harmony with what she believes and does not change her behavior to please others. This is apparent in having the trust of her own leadership team to be self-directed, a trust that is based on the realization from her own leaders that she's able to do her job, how to prioritize and practice sound decision-making from a centrist moral ground. The last component of authentic leadership is relational transparency, which is the presentation of our own authentic self to others, with the ability to express honest thoughts and feelings that are appropriate to the situation. This has made Adriana a trusted advisor throughout the organization. and has led to the recognition of her leadership abilities at the district level, with other schools calling into her office to understand the processes that she has integrated. Coming from the point of presenting your own authentic self, I asked Adriana to think about all the relationships that she currently has with her peers and her direct reports, and to articulate the things that she enjoys within those interactions. In her response, it was the everyday interaction, the ability to converse, to work, and to have fun. Although she starts from a point of getting the work done, she ensures that it is not feeling like it's a burden. I followed up this question by asking her to rate those 3 themes of enjoyment of getting the work done in relationships, fully expecting that getting the work done would be paramount, relationships would be secondary, and enjoyment would be to a lesser extent. But to my surprise, she rated all 3 categories equally. Further, to support my idea that Adriana practices authentic leadership, I asked her if she considers herself to be a leader. She responded that she thinks that she is a leader and that she is basically the same person at home as she is at work, that she teaches and helps others to realize their capabilities. Digging even further down, I asked her how she motivates the team, using an example that one of her followers came up to her saying that they don't want to work today, that they don't like their job, and that they want to do something else. And the language that she used within her response was somewhat telling. Her response was that she would listen to their opinion, and whatever complaints they have, she would try to find a solution. As an example, if they're complaining because they're too tired, she would try to have them focus on the largest priority items first, with the incentive of taking a break after the task was completed. Another one of her responses that led to my conclusion was her response when I asked her where she felt that she needed to improve within her leadership style. Her response was that she was unsure, but if she had to identify one area where she thinks that she would need to improve, she feels that she should be more assertive. But at that point, she recognized that if she were more assertive, she would revert to being a manager versus being a leader. Overall, in conclusion, the reason why I believe that this is an important task for us to follow is, as I mentioned in the beginning, I've literally been with her for 30 years and had a certain perception of what her leadership style was, and an understanding that she is an authentic leader, that she hasn't changed, that she doesn't change any type of personality, she doesn't apply much different situational filters, makes me also realize one of the reasons why we're still together after all this time is I know as a leader, I know what I'm getting, I know what to expect, I know what her expectations are of me, I know what expectations I have upon her, and that is one of the things that as a follower and her husband is one of the things that I appreciate about our relationship. So once again, to reiterate, definitely if you have a chance to be able to interview your significant other from a leadership perspective, definitely take the opportunity, because the insights that I gained are definitely crucial and critical for our relationship as we move forward. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this section and hope to see you soon. Thank you.